We must pay homage to him.
Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the Established 1982 Podcast, the Geek Culture Podcast, hosted by responsibly irresponsible adults that love video games, comic books, movies, and TV. Ever since 1982, I am your boy, Wally Analog, and I'm joined, of course, by my companion in arms here, Mr. 1%.
Jill.
President Elite is Rolls Royce Elite.
Man, it's been a minute, man.
It's been a minute, but we were holding off on this episode as this is one that is dedicated here to the recent release of the new next-gen systems in the console game, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. Before we get to that, we just want to thank all of our patrons who have been so kind as to support us out on patreon.com/EST1982 podcast. Thank you again for your support. We have a new supporter. We're going to shout you out, Jason Latham. I believe that is correct. Is that correct, Jason Latham? Thank you for your support, as well as all those who have been riding with us from the very beginning.
Loves Black Lightning.
Yes, yes. And whenever they decide to come back, we'll be back in the building for the Black Lightning. And I have to talk to you, Mr. 1%, about the possibility of covering what is apparently going to be a spinoff series centered around Painkiller.
Yeah,
is that correct?
Yes, that news broke. That news broke that I think the fourth or the sixth episode of season 4 of Black Lightning will be a pilot episode for the series. Okay,
so we need to have a discussion, but even as those discussions are going forward, we would like those of us who listen to the podcast, watch the podcast, who follow the podcast and have followed the Black Lightning podcast. Let us know if you feel as if this is something worthy of our time and effort. And because the Black Lightning podcast has been very favorable for us. I mean, we get some decent,
a lot of traffic. Yeah,
we get a lot of traffic. So apparently it's warranted. So we just want to know how many of you feel as if Painkiller is worth a follow, as far as getting episode by episode a podcast dedicated to each episode. So just let us know. We're going to continue the Black Lightning, but we will be certainly watching the Painkiller thing. I just want to see what this is about.
We're definitely not going to be pulling. We're not going to be pulling any punches this season.
No. And if you follow the Black Lightning podcast, we don't sugarcoat anything.
Right.
If it's great, we say it. If it's boo-boo, we say it. So we not, no one's in our pocket. So you ain't got to transparency. We keep it real, 100%. Right. Now, on to the order of the day. And that will be discussing. I doubt if any of you out there listening to this podcast have been able to secure the bag, as it were, to get one of these systems, the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5. I'm from a simpler time. As you heard in the intro, we've loved video games, comic books, movies, and TV ever since 1982. Video games being the first one I mentioned. And, I'm going to go ahead and get out my rocking chair and my cane, my old man hat, and say, back in my day, and I didn't, now mind you, back in my day, I didn't have any money. I wasn't gainfully employed now.
Right.
So when I say back in my day, my mom was able to walk in the local Kmart or wherever it was, to be able to, if something was out, you could go get it. Mom's got my Atari from Kmart, my first Atari from Kmart. Now, as I got older and got my hands on a little bit of money, I've had just about all these systems that I felt were worthy to have. I had them from the Atari 5200 to the NES to Super Nintendo, all that stuff, Genesis, all that stuff. Now, by the time I was old enough to be gainfully employed to buy a system myself, it was the Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. And I took some money that I had, but not really. It is one thing to be able to purchase, but not afford. Let's get that out of the way.
Right.
I had the money to purchase it. But the point being, I had money in hand. and I walked into the local Kmart and said, I would like that system, please. They said, certainly, sir. It'll be however many, I think it was like $200 then, which was a lot of money for somebody in college,
Right.
broke. But managed to get that refund check from your student loans. That's why I'm still in debt today. I wasn't always responsible. I was so
the miseducation of Wally Analog. Yeah.
That is correct. Don't follow me.
Right.
So yes, but point being, if you had money in hand, irrespective of whether or not you had it to spend, if you had it in your hand and you walked in the store and the product was there, you could take it home.
Right.
And there wasn't this thing. And Nintendo at the time, mind you, when the Super Nintendo came out, because I'm speaking specifically about the Super Nintendo, this was 1991. They had already experienced insane success.
Correct.
With its predecessor, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Right.
So they knew when they put this thing out, it was going to blow up. Because if you, I don't know if you remember, the Genesis was already out for a little bit.
Right.
And so people was waiting for this Nintendo.
Right.
And they were, publicizing this Mode 7 and this 3D scaling and all this, just marketing stuff. People was hyped. But you could walk in the store and get it. It didn't matter, right? Like, even systems after that, like I remember the 64 came out, even the ill-fated Saturn and such came out, even though it was a crazy launch. I mean, it was one of those things where it came out way earlier than it should, and they caught everybody by surprise, and it wasn't really ready. The fact remains, forgetting all the other things aside, putting all other things aside, if you had your money, you just walked in the store. It ain't that way today. It's just not that way today. It's gotten really, really complicated. We've watched the video game industry turn into a multi-billion-dollar industry. And with that kind of success comes the complexity that usually comes. And I believe a wise man, Diddy, said it best: more money, more problems.
Right.
And that's what we got. So now, fast forward to the impending into the release of Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. Dare I say, there's really no need for them to hype these systems. They do it, at every opportunity, be it an E3 or, as it were this year, virtual exhibitions because of the COVID. They had to do stuff, everything. So they're spending mad money for these elaborate, showcases. And many times were disappointing, but never does enough to quell our desire to still run and get them. So the day hits, November 10th is the release. At the time of this recording, we're 2 days removed from the release of the PlayStation at the time of this recording. So 2 days after, the 14th. Xbox releases theirs. Can't find them. Can't get them in the store. They're not there.
Right.
Okay, now let me preface it by saying, let me go back a little bit. Both I don't know if Microsoft said this, but PlayStation explicitly said that if you want a system on launch day, don't come in the store. We're doing online launch day sales online only. That's it.
Right.
You can't go in the store. They've said that.
Right.
So I scratched my head on that. So
Which
I'm
is
glad
responsible being in a pandemic. So that's responsible.
Yes.
That.
And that's what they're citing COVID. They're citing COVID.
Right.
So this episode might be one of consisting of the airing of grievances, because it shouldn't be this difficult.
Right.
And we and all of us in our circle have stories over these past 3 days.
Right.
Like, we all got them. Let's start with your story.
Well,
and then we'll get the complexity. of
Yeah, and
why they could have decided they wanted to go this route. Because as far as capitalism is concerned, I don't know if I understand it. I thought capitalism was like, get the bag.
right. Before I get into my story, my question to you is, when was the first time you noticed there was a big demand for these consoles? Like, I remember specifically standing in a Walmart for about an hour, and there was lines wrapped around the aisles, and you had to grab a ticket, and they call your ticket, and then
PlayStation 2.
Right.
PlayStation 2.
Yes. Now the difference is, I guess they had enough in the back to answer the call. Like, I guess if you were in the back of the line, you might not get one. But
well, they were only passing out tickets based on how many they had.
That's true.
So if you have, they just say arbitrarily 100 PlayStation 2s in the back,
right,
passing out 100 tickets.
There had to be at least 200 people there. So
yeah,
so I would say they had a good number.
That's
but
correct.
That was the first time I noticed there was like before that, I could just walk into the store and go, hey, I want that one. I want that console. And then
that's right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. PlayStation 1 and the Saturn were the first systems that were bringing home arcade quality games. Like, I remember the first PlayStation playing Tekken, thinking, dude, this is the same one in the local arcade. Right. It's the exact game. Right. It had the benefit of being built on the same board that sat in the PlayStation. So it was a Namco board or something like that. It was the thing. But the fact that they could take that board from the arcade and bring it home and make Tekken better because you could practice, they had practice mode, and that's when I knew this is going to be serious.
Right.
But see, all the systems had been bought by that point, right? Like, they released it, look what we can do.
Right.
So now they come out and say, between the time of the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2, arcades died for the most part.
Right.
And so now they're like full steam ahead and put all this technology that we probably would have placed in an arcade if that were the thing still hot in the street, put it in a console. Now they like PlayStation 2 coming out, and the ad campaigns for that were crazy. And like you said, it resulted in lines outside of the Walmart or the Target or wherever you work.
Right.
And so you're right. That's when I remember, me, you, and Mr. Nuts, we in line. BDT, Lotto 5, we all in the line, in the same line.
Yes.
Waiting in our 20s, waiting for the PlayStation 2. Right. So, but I never thought that it would come to this point. And if you would have told me as a young man then that, okay, when that internet hit and you'll be able to buy it online and not have to stand in the, standing lines all night or midnight releases, it's going to be harder even with this. And I would have been like, okay, so like you'd explain to me what the internet was going to be and how easy, how much it would facilitate, a globalization of an economy and the ability to do things so much easier.
We have a thing called Amazon that literally ships right to your door.
Bring stuff to you and
groceries and milk.
Yes, toilet paper, whatever it is, whatever you need. Some of the most, unnecessary stuff. And you would tell me you won't be able to get this system. I'd have been like, why?
Right.
Why wouldn't that be?
Right.
And so now we sit here today asking why.
Yes.
Why is it that we cannot procure a system on launch day, irrespective of COVID or anything else? So,
right.
And like I said, we all got stories.
Right. So here's
horror stories.
Right. So here's my story. Number one, I'm excited for the next gen systems to come out, Xbox and PlayStation. I was really focused on the PlayStation. I was gonna wait on the Xbox X for some reason. I think just because of the game.
Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. My son, Miles Morales is my son's Superman. It's the equivalent of Superman to him. So I ended up pre-ordering Miles Morales for the PS4 because I had pretty much an inkling that I'm not going to get my hands on a PS5 based on what has been happening with Microsoft with the Xbox Series X. Amazon made an announcement. I was going to buy all my systems on Amazon because I have a balance there. Just celebrated a birthday. Got a little balance on my Amazon thing. So yeah, I was planning to get the systems there, but Amazon just announced they're not. If you pre-order it through Amazon, you might not get your system till after Christmas. They said that there's a potential that you might get it like maybe before December 31st.
What is the point of that?
Right. Which we can probably talk about too in terms of the company's relationship with retailers. I don't know if that's something we have to dive into as well. But anyway, so look, I've been busy. I haven't been playing as many video games. So I was kind of relaxed about it. I was like, I'll wait for this craze to die down. But here we go again. The gamer and the geek in me is like, man, I gotta get my hands on a PS5. I gotta get an Xbox Series X. All the news that's coming out, just getting caught up with the hype, right? So I'm trying to buy one. It's just sold out. I'm like saying, okay, well, I'm just gonna wait. And then my buddy BD Lotto 5 says, oh, there's this guy on Twitter that is saying like when the systems are available and this is when you go and Walmart got a bunch of consoles and all that stuff. And it's like, so I started playing into that. Oh, let me get online and sit online and wait for this thing to become available. So I did that. Fail. Yesterday, I'm working. I have a browser up on the PlayStation Store. I'm sitting there babysitting that thing for at least 7 hours. At least. Hitting refresh every 10 minutes. Yeah. And then when they finally, I guess when they said, okay, we're going to put these out, they put you in this queue. Mm-hmm. And then the queue flashes this message that says, you're in line. I was like, great. Mm-hmm. So I'm in line. That means I'm going to get, I'm close to getting my hands on one.
Estimated wait time in this queue, right?
Yes. More than an hour, right? Yes. Then there's this blinking light.
Yes.
Like, hey, just watch this blinking light.
Yes.
You're in line. Okay. Hours pass.
Yeah.
I'm scared to go to the bathroom. Like, because the moment I get up to use the bathroom is the moment.
In the store.
Right.
It's your turn.
So anyway, I'm in line for hours and hours and hours. I had to leave. I had to run some errands, right? So I was like, well, yeah, I lost my shot, right? So I even switched, like copied the link and switched it to my phone so I could,
right. So
so I could keep my place in line. But apparently, I guess that doesn't work. But they had me in the queue, and it says, "Hey, you're still in the queue." I was like, "Great!" So I'm doing my thing. Then I started getting text messages. Oh, they're sold out. Huh? What? I waited in line for 6 hours, and they're sold out. Where's my place in line? Like, why do we have a queue? Like, just if you only have 100 PlayStations to sell, only allow 100 people in, and that's it. Just allow 100 people in to buy their PlayStations, and then you sold them. Don't
like
have me
Walmart
waiting in
with
line.
the ticket. Like Walmart with the tickets.
Right. If you got a ticket, that means you're getting a PlayStation. They're
Yes.
not going to let you
No.
wait for no reason.
Right.
Right.
This I sat in the queue too.
Right.
Just for it to say out of stock when you get in there.
Right.
I sat in there.
Oh, mind you, this was yesterday. Like before that, it was like Walmart and Target and whatever retail.
Yes. Well, see, okay, here's the thing. I did the Walmart thing. Right? Because Walmart had the bright idea to say, we're gonna tell you when we're gonna drop the PlayStations out.
Right.
You know
Send
what I'm
you that
saying?
email.
So at Central Time, this is Central Time. 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna log in at 11 o'clock. Now this story is consistent throughout multiple people.
Okay.
I heard the same thing happen to them, right? So
Okay.
I'm in there and I get in there and you get in there at 11 o'clock. First, when you try to get in there, you can't. They got all kind of these error messages that just point right at the inability to load balance.
Correct.
Like it just crashed.
Right.
I got my wife doing it at work. Like we all doing it. Like we all doing it, right? So I'm on it and I finally get in there and then it says, oh, okay, you want one of these. And so it pops up and then to my surprise, the thing said add to cart. I was like, oh, add to cart. We good.
Right.
Click, right? Add to cart. Bam. All right. So I added to the cart. You can see it in your little cart in the corner. And so I clicked the button, to go in. And then I had the wherewithal at the beginning to
set all your profile up and all that.
Yeah. I logged in.
Yeah.
So that my stuff would, do the whole auto popular. Well, it'll do that anyway with the Chrome or whatever. But I needed to be logged into Walmart in order to bypass anything else. If they're looking for my credit card information, I don't need to do all that. It's already there.
Right.
So I did that. So I got in. So I didn't really have to do anything but go to my card. I just had to go to my card. And so it's in the cart. I got a little picture of the shopping cart in the corner with the little number on top of whatever it is that representing the item count.
Right.
1. Right. We're highlighting the card. So I go in the cart and then I go to the cart. There's a button say go to cart or whatever. This item has been sold out. It's almost as if somebody came to my cart
and took it out your cart
and just took that, just walked off. And this is happening to everybody because I'm on Twitter. I'm looking at everybody. It was in my cart. What happened to my cart? It was in my cart.
Right.
Now, this was 11 o'clock. When I went back at 2, I got, stonewalled again or whatever. Add the cart again. Bam, add the cart. I was like, now this time I'm less confident.
Right.
Because I'm thinking, we got cart robbers out here, man. It's like, it's in your cart.
Right.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? It was almost something that they did to just move the site along to make room for somebody. I don't know, but I'm in the cart. It's in the cart again. And so now I go in to go to cart. Oh, and it pops up and all my stuff is in there. Now it's like, oh, payment information. Is this all correct? All your payment information? It's like, yes, that's all. That's it. That's my credit card number. That's all that. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Right.
Review order, right? It gives this thing to do review order to go ahead and review order. Click. This item is out of stock. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I needed to say confirmed. I need to say order confirmed.
Dude, I know. Now that was the 2 o'clock joint.
Wow.
Man, look, this is where it gets weird. The 5 o'clock joint, I went in. Why was the thing sitting in my cart without me having even added?
Oh man.
And it took me to the part where it says review order. Right? Yeah. Like all I gotta do is review the order and get ready to submit this item is out of stock. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Is it in my cart or not? Like,
Right.
I don't know if the site like cached it or what. Like, look, dude, I'm refreshing it, to make sure. It's like, is this really in my cart? And so finally, man, 8:00. I tried to get in at 8:00. I couldn't even get in the site at 8:00. I didn't get in to like 8:04. And I'm like, I can't get in. The site's crashing. I'm like, and I'm on my phone doing it this time.
And mind you, all of the homies are on the same site.
All of us.
Yes.
We all doing it.
Right.
And so I go back in and I'm trying, and it's got the little thing, the little blank page error. We can't do it. I'm just refreshing the phone. Finally, I get in, and now I'm back at the beginning again. Like, they're not even doing the whole, is this your information or whatever? Add to cart. I was like, oh, I can add to cart. And mind you, every time I did add to cart, let's go back. Every time I did add to cart, it spun for at least a minute.
Wow.
Like, it wasn't this add to cart and then move on. It was add to cart and spin, right?
Right.
And so it did it this time. It's add to cart and it's spinning with the grayed out add to cart thing. And then it said error occurred. And then the add to cart button came back up. And so then when I said add to cart, it says 0 in my cart. But then when I hit add, it said there's already something in your cart. I'm like, it says 0.
Right.
I'm like, what are you talking about? So I go to the cart.
And it's sitting
in there. I'm like, what is going on here?
Right.
What is going on? Like, could I have gotten a second if I hit add to cart the second time? I don't know. But I'm in there. So now it's taking me through the channels it was taking me before, right? With the whole verify your billing address and where you want it shipped and stuff like that. And mind you, my Walmart account is so old that it was at another address, and my mom lives at this other address.
Yikes.
And I was like, just send it to my mom.
Right.
Because I'm not going to be setting up no new address.
Exactly.
And so finally, I don't know what happened. I broke through, and it sent me a little confirmation, and I didn't even want to believe it. I was afraid to refresh. I'm waiting on the email to come and say, hey, man, that I got it. And so it looks like I got it. And I was like, man. And then the email came through. I was like, oh, I got it. But that thing said, delivered on November 28th.
That's not too bad. I mean,
it's not, but here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not even a question. I'm just going to call it like I see it. Y'all don't have them. You don't have them.
Right.
And so you're selling this launch day dream. First of all, you told everybody that if you want it on launch day, you got to do it online. But even if you do it online, you're not getting it on launch day, because the launch day stuff goes to everybody who put their money up on a pre-order. And the pre-order was a disaster too.
Correct.
You were lucky to get a pre-order. But if you did, you were the ones that got the ones that were in store, not us.
Correct.
That didn't drop off our $500 or $400, depending on which version you wanted up front. So they were catering to those who gave them their money first.
Correct. Which is fair.
Is it though?
Well, they need to call November 12th, and I'm talking about PlayStation or say November 10th for the Xbox. That should be pre-order day. Like, don't call it launch day. Call it pre-order day.
It's misleading, because you're thinking, okay, I'll wait for the shipping. I understand that on launch day, I probably won't be able to go in and pick it up.
Correct.
But I'll get the good 2-day joint.
Right.
The little 2 business day joint.
Right.
Mm-mm. So in my mind, this is not a launch day. You don't have them. And so now you're just these are orders placed for the future.
Correct.
On the official launch day, which I don't appreciate. And I don't understand why you're doing it this way.
So you're basically saying that you might have an issue even getting it on the 28th. You might not even get it on the 28th. They're telling you the 28th.
They're saying that, but even if it comes on the 28th, that's disingenuous on a launch day. I'm willing to deal with the shipping time. I went in understanding that I wouldn't have it on the 12th,
Correct.
but certainly before Thanksgiving.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because in my mind, like you said, it's not a launch. Tell the people what they're signing up for, if that's what it is. And I'll just go back to it, man. What kind of business model is this where you're not making enough? Is it the situation? And we've talked about this, ad nauseum about the losses that these manufacturers incur per system sold, right? I mean, you can find all kind of articles about how much money they lose because they sell. I guess they're selling the thing at a loss because of how much it costs to make. I had read an article that the PS5 costs I think somewhere around the neighborhood of $450 to make. And I didn't see whether or not that was the digital or the one with the Blu-ray. But
Well, it doesn't matter because they're selling the one with the Blu-ray for $499.
That's right.
So they're only
not quite a loss, but
they're only getting $40 profit.
Which is leaps and bounds better. Which is leaps and bounds better than what it was back in the day. Because back in the day, I mean, you were losing like anywhere between like the PlayStation 3 and what was it? What was the other one that year? The Xbox 360, right? 360 and PlayStation 3. I never bought a PlayStation 3 because I remember that thing was grossly overpriced. And it was the first one that was like, yeah, Blu-ray. Remember?
Right.
And I was like, no, I don't really need all that. That PS3 was losing $240 a system because of that whole. Remember how much the thing cost? Wasn't it close to like $500, $600 or something like that? It was something stupid.
Something like
PlayStation 3. I remember thinking, and I never ever did get one. I never got one. I skipped that generation of PlayStation. And then the 360 was losing 125.
Right.
And mind you, I'm not an economist, but if you're losing, okay, and this is the only thing I could think of for your reasoning for fabricating this scarcity, because I do feel like it's a fabrication. And if someone knows better than I, please challenge me and tell me why my opinion is unfounded. But I feel like it's a fabrication. I guess if you're losing that much money per system, you would be a little apprehensive to sell so many, but you got to sell them because you've made them. You've paid the money to make these things. So you need to try to make this stuff back. In the meantime, they're throwing all these games at you. You can get these games. These games ain't scarce. You know what I'm saying? They got the game. They got goo gobs of games to buy and
right.
$80, $90 controllers now. The controllers, you put two together, they're just about half the cost of the system now. So they put the headset in your face and the controllers in your face and the games to try to make up for it. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's where they're making. That's probably where they're making.
Peripherals is where they make the money,
right? The same with like movie theaters. I mean, they make their money off of popcorn and drinks than they.
That's correct. That's why the small drink is $90.
Right. Right.
But I'm just confused. As I said, closer to the opening, man, what is it? Why hasn't the internet been able to facilitate a process to the point where it wouldn't be this big of a headache? And then everybody, the hot topic of discussion in our group chat was of that of the resellers. these pirates, I call them pirates, man. These dudes, man, these chicks and dudes and whoever they are with these programs and these bots that's running in here and snapping up Goo Gobs of PlayStations. And so here, and you brought up a really good point, Mr. 1%, regarding the ability for these resellers to procure these large numbers of systems on a launch day where these large numbers of systems are not available like that online.
Right. So I guess I don't know the answer to your question, but some of the thoughts I have is it seems really apparent to me that these companies are still using the sales model, or sorry, not a sales model, but maybe a marketing model where we want to get moms feverishly wanting this thing for their kids for Christmas. We're going to position our consoles to come out right before the holiday season. So that's the hot item to get for Christmas. It's in line with whatever the Tickle Me Elmos, the Pound Puppies, or whatever the hot toy is
back in the day.
Yep. Right. There's still, it seems like they're still on that, even though the internet has gotten to a place where
it shouldn't be that hard.
I like Toys R Us is no longer
because of the internet.
Because of the internet. So it's a catch-22 because there are times where I actually like walking into a brick and mortar store and getting what I want. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's funny. I walked into Best Buy. They don't carry movies anymore.
Hold up, really? I haven't been to Best Buy
in a long time. Like if you walk into Best Buy, there's not to get on Best Buy and their stuff, but I'm trying to paint a picture of what the landscape is. You walk into Best Buy, you're only going to get the new releases that came out like a week or so. That's it. You're not going to go you no longer are going to have that like the rows of movies that you can go, oh, I can get this anime or I can get this.
That's inventory. I mean, that's a savings for them.
Right.
Right. More room for the refrigerator or whatever they
I guess so, but I find that interesting. So there seems to be the same kind of marketing model of get the console out before the holidays. It's hard to determine if they are really out of stock or not, or have limited supply. Yeah. The logic coming from a place of logic, if you're a company and you're positioning your product to come out during the holiday season, and based on the other consoles you've put out in the past that your console will sell, you already have an established market share of people that are going to buy your system regardless. Like the reviews are not even out on the PlayStation 5.
Like you don't even have to do an exhibition at all. You ain't got to do nothing. Just PS5 coming on this day.
Right. Now, I will say they do need to specify what you're getting. They do need to explain, because the audience is savvier now. They want to make sure that they get in that premium HD quality stuff. They know the gamers have gotten a lot more sophisticated. We're competing with the PC gaming market, that kind of deal. So they've been pushing the next gen. I guess the point I'm trying to make is there seems to be still a model of we are only dealing with brick and mortar retailers. And if somebody knows the answer to this, I know one part of the answer is yes. If I'm making a console, yes, I'm going to send it to Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and get more money there. But I'm also selling it from Sony website or the Microsoft website. You go to Microsoft's website, You can't buy it direct from Microsoft.
No, they make you choose a retailer,
which is interesting to me on Microsoft's part. At least PlayStation is like
everything else. Like you mean you'll sell me your Surface Pro,
right?
For about the same. Them things are expensive or more,
right?
You can't sell your Xbox. What's the deal?
Yeah,
absolutely. You cannot click Microsoft. They have them up there as a retailer, but when you click it, they send you back and loop you back around to pick Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, Target.
Right. The other thing is
Sony.
Right. The other thing too, and this is a realization that I think we have come to, being men of our age. They don't, even though I guarantee you, if you really look at the market analysis, I guarantee you that there's a good swath of us in that market share. Like, if you're going 18 to 49, I guarantee you there's probably 40 to 49 males, females are getting these systems, like a good portion of them. Either they're getting them for themselves or they're saying, I'm getting it for my kids,
right?
Knowing that they're going to jump on at night when Johnny's gone to sleep, you know, that kind of deal. But for some reason, I think they still focus on, well, we want the moms and the dads to be feverishly trying to find this thing for Christmas and drive the news up on it. And I just don't. I think what is happening is you have a delivery system where you can pretty much get what you want. Like if I want a particular book and I have the money to buy it, I can just go to Amazon and get it. Or if I need a gallon of milk and I need it delivered today, I can go to Amazon and get it delivered, or DoorDash or shipped or whatever.
Yeah.
But when it comes to consoles, it's like, I think the question gets pressed. Do you really have enough supply of your consoles? You know, like, you know, are you scared to sell them on the internet because you're going to sell out? You know, like I think that's where the question that's getting asked to me. Because the retailers already know launch day, you ain't going to get a system. If you walk into Target, you can't just stroll up into Target and say, hey, I want a PlayStation 5, put it in my red cart. That ain't happening.
No.
But on the internet, I should be able to go click straight from the warehouse, straight from your warehouse goes right to my house. Like that's
because y'all got it right.
You are the company.
Right.
I'm going right to the company.
Amazon. Y'all got them in the distribution centers. Y'all got them. It's like,
no, not even. I'm not even putting, like, I can consider at this particular point in time, Amazon is a retailer. Amazon is a retailer anyway. It's an online retailer. Right. So but it still falls in the category of the brick and mortars at this point when it comes to consoles for some reason. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how these online retailers doesn't have a direct line to
that's correct.
Sony or
right. You should, like I said, I can deal with the 2 days.
Right.
I can deal with the 5 days, whatever.
Or a month. Or a month. I mean, my thing is, if I knew I got it and I knew it was coming in a month, fine.
That's right. But this out of stock business.
Right.
Come on, man.
It feels intentional.
Yes.
You know, it's equivalent to I feel like that's the new model to make these things feel like you know, FOMO, or like, you know,
that's right. Scarcity drives up.
But you can't do FOMO on a game system that you know is going to be around for 10 years. Like, I just don't understand that.
Shelf life will be at least 10 years, man. We've been playing this last PlayStation and this last Xbox since 2013.
Right.
I'm saying we you know what I mean?
Right.
What is it, 7 years?
Right.
Wait, come on, man. Like this is all, and this is the point I was bringing up with a friend of mine. It might have been you. I can't remember. But I was like, I don't even think they care because after this all blows over and orders are being filled, we forget about it.
Well, because you're playing your system.
Because after everybody has gotten their thing, this won't be another thing. This won't be anything to talk about for another 7-8 years.
Yeah, you're not going to.
They don't care.
You're not going to get. Here's the thing: we're offended now,
right?
But the problem is, once we get our hands on it, we're not offended. So
everybody forgets. Everybody forgets once they get theirs, and they know that. They're like, we're not going to fix this, and we're going to do it again, and we're going to release it around the holiday again. Because here's what I predict. I don't predict there being no shortage by the time, you know what I'm saying, Margaret wants to get it for Johnny in time for Christmas. I'm not worried about that. They'll be there, but they have to do this now to get that sense of urgency, so that they go charging up to wherever they're going to, or refreshing online and bogarting the Black Friday doorbusters online and all that type of stuff. They got to gin it up. So this right now is making news, right? It'll be on your local, your national news in a minute. PlayStation, you can't get it. Xbox, you can't get it. And then the moms is sitting back like, oh man, when they gonna have them? We're going to have them right after Black Friday. Leading up to Black Friday. Like leading up to Black Friday. Don't worry. Right? Because Black Friday, you were talking about the landscape. That's changed. Black Friday ain't what it used to be no more. It's all online now. And what you just described, your ability to say direct line to wherever this is, when I click, that will be available. There will be no out of stock. If you want it, you'll be able to get it. But right now, those of us who are fiends and addicts are suffering through what they are doing in order to get the mom you mentioned.
The other thing I want to mention too is, again, this is first world problems because the thing that we're going through now is a pandemic. Like we're in a pandemic. Like
that's correct.
The fact that we're kind of complaining about I didn't get my PlayStation during a pandemic, hey, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is, but I do feel like that that Sony and Microsoft are in a position where they're going to make all the money in the world because you have a pandemic where people have to stay in the house.
That's what I'm saying. It's like also, this is pandemic proof. Ask Jeff Bezos.
Right.
Like he don't care. He loves it.
Yeah.
And Sony and Microsoft could be making goo gobs of money during the pandemic.
Right. You don't even have to get a physical game.
No. They're selling digital only systems.
Right.
They're literally selling digital only machines.
Also, too, here's the other thing too, is like, and again, this is not, I don't want the brick and mortar retailers to fail. I mean, Walmart, Target are not going to fail. You always got to get toilet paper. You always got to, get stuff. Best Buy might not fail because Best Buy has, I feel like Best Buy has done a combination of online and brick and mortar enough to survive. So I feel like they've done a good job with that.
Yeah.
Unless America has like really lost its mind and we're going to have Black Fridays where I'm like, people are going to be waiting in line. That's not going to happen this year.
No, not.
But I mean, I've seen strangers. So,
but see, that's another reason why I said what I said. They have all the incentive in the world to drive to make sure that when you click add to cart, there's not going to be an issue.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to make too, is like, I think they know they have enough.
That's right.
Because of the situation we're in now. If we weren't in a pandemic, I might be more privy to say, they didn't make enough because the demand is way too high.
So are you saying this is just a one-time thing? And then whenever we get by, coronavirus or whatever, Like it won't be like this. Like on launch day,
I guess
we'll be able to walk into the store.
No, I guess what I'm saying.
Citing,
huh?
Because that's what they're citing down at Sony. We want you to be able to shop safely. COVID online only on launch day.
No, I agree, but I guess what I'm saying is, if you're a business that has been, we've been in the pandemic since, I guess America has been in the pandemic since March.
Mm-hmm.
Other countries started earlier. I digress.
Mm-hmm.
I digress. But the companies know they are making market projections, right? They're going, hey, Q4, yeah, it don't look like we're going to come out of this pandemic anytime soon. So
you can tell
A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so either that is the question that needs to be asked. Like, okay, you know, did they ramp up production? You know, you could argue, well, if we're in a pandemic, it might have been harder to produce because
right,
there was a lot of lockdown. There was a lot,
right? Because we all know where they outsourcing they manufacturing to. Let's not act stupid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they losing money on these systems. They're gonna go for that cheap labor, and depending on where that cheap labor is and the nature, a lot of times of said cheap labor, aka sweatshop. You know, let's not sugarcoat it. We know how America do. Let's not act like they're paying people what they're worth for their labor and providing favorable working environments. Let's not act like they're that, because they're not. And so, yeah, I mean, I could see that being a problem as far as packing people in and, you know, slamming chips into, you know, plastic for 12, 16 hours a day. You know what I mean? No telling what they're doing.
I think the point I'm just trying to make is just like, they know ahead of time that the only option is the internet only option for Black Friday and Christmas.
Yes.
Because we're in a pandemic, unless they just like, no, we're just going to keep sticking with this outdated model where we're going to just ship a few to Target, and then we'll let the folks like
fight over them
at Target. Like, I don't know.
So do you think they're going back to that if we ever reach a sense, a sense of normalcy?
Oh yeah,
going back to having it in the store, and then we got to run it in.
Yeah. Those Black Friday sales when everybody's like getting up at 5 a.m. and stuff like that and traveling, like they love that.
But that's been dying even before the pandemic. That was becoming a dead thing.
Was it?
Like, yeah, man, folks is online getting stuff, man. It's like, I don't think it's, and they've said it's like, it's been a drop off. Like even my wife, man, and my mother-in-law, man, they get up and they would leave me in the house, man. They'd be out of the house at like 2. Like, man, now they getting up, eating breakfast. They don't be out of the house till like 8 now. Cause there's nothing you can still.
I don't know, man. I mean, they're doing Black Friday. Like they're cutting into Thanksgiving. They don't even let you have dinner. They're just like, hey, the doorbuster's going to start at 2
p.m. But that's what I'm saying. Y'all. It's not the same anymore, right? Like the fact is the retailers, and mind you, we're in a pandemic, so I don't necessarily see that. They don't even want you to eat at your parents' house no more right now.
Right.
Dr. Fauci said stay at the house.
Right.
Don't go nowhere. So I don't know what they're gonna do. But you're right. It's an online only thing.
Right.
My thing is if you're selling them online, have the product. You don't have the product. At least they're, like you said, they're acting as if they don't. And I agree with that. I firmly believe that they're acting that way, so that when you have realized that you have missed it, and they open another window of opportunity for the moms and the dads or whoever, the grandmamas, to get Johnny's PlayStation or Xbox, they will not hesitate to click
right
and do what they need to do.
Now, with that being said, here's my major frustration and the thing that just rubs salt in the wound for me. Mm-hmm. When you see these guys posting stuff on Twitter where they got 25 PlayStations in their living room, what they're doing is then in turn going to Amazon and selling them for $2,000 a pop.
Yeah.
Right.
And this
Now,
is the point.
again, first world problems. It's not hand sanitizer. It ain't a guy hoarding all the hand sanitizer. We had that guy that
Right, that guy.
all up all the hand
Toilet
sanitizer.
paper, yeah,
Right. Yeah. Again, but it points to the fact that there's something's off. Because how can one guy be able to procure 25 PlayStations on launch day?
Man, but that's a ring of folks, right? Like these are people that got connections, right? I mean, it's just, just a very lower scale of like organized crime. You got people that kind of know people, and and again, I'm not trying to. I don't even know what the guy's name is on Twitter. I just know that. Yeah, I've seen it, dude. Yeah.
Somehow he's like Neo and knows exactly when the shipments are coming.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be plugged in somewhere.
Is that a plant? Is he a plant? I mean, is he a plant?
This is something is amiss. That's for sure.
How does he know exactly when to get online and say, "Hey, get ready, guys. They're about to put something out." Like,
but the thing is, he's got the stock. He's got the inventory. Like, how is that? Like those of us who are online, even if I had a bot and broke in, like before everybody else, I ain't sitting with the one box that they allow me to purchase. The one box that they allow you. This is one per customer. Okay, how many bots you? If you want 20, you better have 20 bots running, point blank, because you can't go in there. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, right?
How did this person have it on launch day?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That dude knows somebody, man. Like,
did he put a ski mask on and rob a truck? Like, man, how did that happen?
He did something, but something doesn't seem on the level at all. Like,
I had a friend of mine that actually went to the store. The Xbox was sitting right in front of him. The manager would not sell him the Xbox.
Yeah, we heard that story.
Would not sell him the Xbox.
He got the right one that day, because I know a few brothers where that would have ended badly. You know, that would have ended pretty badly, man.
Right.
Depending on the person you're doing that to. You must be real confident about your hands.
Right.
You know, right. Depending on the person you're running up on, or your chest protection, depending on who you're running up on. Like,
true.
So these days, I mean, we talk about Walmart. You know, you can buy the guns in now,
right?
You know, so, right. But I don't know, man. It's like The Walking Dead out here. You know, I would just never understand. You know, our friend the Cerebral Ninja, he likened it to people literally throwing money at you and you just batting it away. So are you playing the long game like we suggested earlier, so that when it really matters, around about that holiday time, because you don't want the drop off at holiday time, right? You don't want everybody to come in and get the stuff now and put it away. You need for that Black Friday to hit. But then I'm thinking, well, why not just wait until that time to release it? Why do it a month, 2 weeks ahead of when it's time to start shopping for it? And I'm talking about PlayStation, right? Or anybody.
You know the answer. You know the answer.
You waited this long.
Well, they're putting it out before now to get the frenzy up.
And that's what I'm alluding to. That's right. What I'm alluding to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Xbox was like November 10th, and then they was like, we November 12th. So like,
right.
We coming out that week too. So don't spend your money on that. We coming out 2 days later if you can wait. But you won't get it that day.
Which is weird, because it's like
it's very strange.
The equivalent of like DC putting out Wonder Woman and then Marvel going, yeah, we're gonna put out Captain Marvel like 2 days later, but you can't see the movie. What are you competing
exactly
against?
Right. That is exactly right. That's like releasing the movie and saying, but it's out, but you can come see it in 2 weeks.
Right.
Word.
So that's also my question too. What are we doing? Because if I was a company, and again, I might be totally wrong or off on this. if I was a company, I would make sure that I have the inventory to sell because I'm moving more units. I'm beating the other guy because I'm moving more
trying
units.
to beat Xbox or PlayStation, depending on who you're talking about.
Right.
Like, and Microsoft sure ought to be ashamed. The way they got their butts whooped over the last 7 years. Whooped. Like, you need to be trying to have 2 units for every one they sell ready. Let's not act like everybody feels like these crazy black folks out here that act like PlayStation is so markedly superior to Xbox just because that's all they know. It's like they can't give you no other reason other than that's what I played Madden on. Irrespective of whether or not you're knowledgeable enough to know that, okay, I like PlayStation because they have the better exclusives. Or what if that's the argument you want to make, but they don't. They just be like, oh, PlayStation. They're like they're drones now. You know what I'm saying? Mine is
Xbox actually has a better model,
a better system,
better model. Well, I mean, we could talk about that. That's a different
better online.
Yes,
By
they're better on the software part. They're better on the software.
They've been in the game for how many years?
Right. But I guess what I'm saying with the Game Pass, like introducing the Game Pass, and you don't have to do any upfront cost.
Yes.
I think that's perfect for the pandemic. You can get the system for your kids or yourself. Years. Right.
And be done.
Right.
Just now it works out to be a little bit more when you look at it extrapolated out, but you was gonna pay that money anyway online. It's just the cost of the system plus that what you was gonna pay anyway to play with the homies.
Right.
So
why is supply down if you are building a model where you're making it more accessible for people to easily get it? Like
I'll never understand it. And if anybody out there is an economist or someone that knows, you know, the game market or whatever, please let me know, because I need to know if whether or not I'm saying is feasible, it makes sense. What the stuff that I'm thinking, believing, saying, my lack of understanding, I need clarity. Because I thought in a system of capitalism, you sell. I mean, any business, you go into business because you want this, for people to be beating down your doors. No one goes into business saying, oh, I want so many people to come after my product, but I ain't gonna have none ready when they come.
Right.
Nobody does that.
Right.
Nobody does that. No entrepreneur does that.
Right. And that's the frustration too. It's like they're creating this culture of like limited run. And it's like, but your product is not a limited run product.
It is
Nike
not.
does it all the time. They have like the sneakers app.
They can do that though with a shoe,
right.
They may not make that shoe anymore.
Correct.
You want this system to sell for the next 8 years.
Correct.
And you're going to be making games for because the games are going to get better as developers learn the system and understand what they can do to bring out the power of the system. It's just going to get better. You don't have to worry about that. Like, you're selling a product that is in the wrong fashion.
Right.
This is not a shoe. This is not, I don't know. I mean, it's not even like a controller, like a special controller or a special edition of a system.
Right.
I mean, I can see if it was like, this is the Miles Morales PS5.
Yes.
It ain't. It's not.
Right.
It's the one that everybody's going to have for the next decade. I don't understand. But like I said, man, I am always open to be shown the error of my ways and to be educated out of a realm of ignorance, because that's what it is. I just simply don't know. It doesn't make sense on its face that you would put. But then it goes back to the age-old adage, right? Like, we don't care about the hardcore. I need mommy to go and get in this store and buy this thing, because they know we're coming eventually. We're gonna the hardcore folk gonna buy it.
Yeah, if I walked into Target right now and I passed by, well, first off, I wouldn't pass by a PlayStation 5 as soon as I saw it in the cart.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Educate us. Somebody educate us. Please. It's not right. It's not fair. I hate it. This and buying a new car. Worst experiences ever. Unless of course you balling and you don't need the credits. If you can buy the car cash, it's never bad for you. But those of us
that are spending $2,000 for an Xbox console, I mean, shame on you, man. Like, come on,
man, don't do that. Don't. You're encouraging it, man. I mean, I don't care if you balling. You first of all, you overpaying. You're overpaying, man. You're not smart. You're overpaying.
Right.
It's like
doesn't make any sense.
No,
that's what's encouraging all of this too.
Yes, because no one's putting it out there. They only need one.
Right.
They only need one.
Right.
They made their money 4 times over. What? Come on, man.
Right.
Don't buy that.
Right.
And then you look crazy in 2 weeks when they back on the shelf for Black Friday. Was Spider-Man that dope? Like, right. I can wait for that, Right. Shouldn't have to.
Right.
But I'm not gonna,
I'm finding as I'm getting older, it's probably better to be a stockholder than a consumer, man.
That's correct.
Because they do not, even though businesses are like, we want this for the consumer. We're looking out for the consumer, blah, blah, blah. We're doing this for the consumer. They don't care. Like, The Rock can wink and get a PlayStation 5 in his hand. Boss Logic got one. I saw him on Instagram. Hey, thank you, Sony, for this PlayStation. It's like, so, I mean,
yeah.
And I know they're doing that. So The Rock can get online and say, hey, thank you, Sony, for this, this PS5.
Yeah. That's marketing. If The Rock likes it, it must be great.
Right. So
goes the saga, man. Good luck out there for those who trying to procure. I'm still trying to see if I can come up on the Xbox. Not that there's a lot that I want to play. Like, I didn't even jump in the fray on the 10th because I was waiting. Bottom line, I had to make a choice right away, early. Xbox will be later. I just needed that Miles Morales in my life, and that's why I spent all my energy.
And it's
now I'll go back.
I'm playing it on the PS4, and it's excellent. So I can.
I know it. I'm trying to hold out as long as I can.
Yeah, the PS5 though, that's the game to play on the PS5. And I know people are complaining, it's still like, it's not technically a PS5 game. It does the job of showing you what the PS5 can do.
Right. And mind you, this is early. Give it a minute.
Right.
They've remastered games, old games before. And they'll do
Miles Morales, especially, like, there's 2 modes you can play. If you have a PS5, you can set it to high fidelity mode or high performance mode. High fidelity mode.
They do that on a lot of games now.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is cool because a high fidelity mode, like, if Miles is walking down the street and he walks past like a glass building, you actually see that dude's reflection.
Yeah.
In the glass, like real time.
That's a lot, man.
Right. Now, high performance, they turn all that off.
Yeah, for the frame rates and stuff.
Yes.
For those who value that most.
Correct. So
can't get both. Not yet. We're not there yet.
Right.
The PC Master Race would say, well, we do.
Right. But they're the culture
they're having a great time during this week laughing at us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then they're also paying $20,000 for a game.
They got a small stealth bomber up under their desk.
Right. Yeah. They're like, look at this 8K thing. It's like, but you don't have an 8K TV. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you did, you just spent like $4,000 for a monitor.
That's the baller though.
Correct.
But if you're gonna spend $2,000, spend it towards that instead of this eBay PlayStation.
That's true.
So, do better.
Right.
Oh, help us out. Help us out. I'm seriously asking for someone with knowledge in the game, as far as marketing and economics and just the reasoning behind this. And we're trying to piecemeal it based on opinion and what we are assuming is happening, but nothing is better than firsthand knowledge. So please, man, hit us up, man, on the Facebook group with any conversation and information that you may have as to why this phenomenon exists in a time where it feels like this stuff should be facilitated easily with the power of the internet. I don't understand.
Right. And communication. I mean, it's all they have to say is like, hey guys, like the demand is high. And they've been saying stuff like that, but
yeah,
just communicate with the public like what's happening. You know,
Right.
don't say one thing and then you're like, but wait, how
yeah, man. Be just honest, man. Transparent. Tell me I'm not gonna get it on launch day.
Correct.
This what you're doing is you're placing an order for us to send you later. Are you okay with this? You know, don't tell me the shipping is free and 2-day shipping, and then when I hit the thing, it's like, it'll ship in 2 days.
Oh, baby, it's the 28.
Right. They spend 30 days building it.
Right.
2 days sending it to me. Like, man, come on, man. But please inform us, educate us. Hit us up on patreon.com/EST1982 podcast. You can comment there, as well as support monetarily, if you would be so kind as to become a patron. But if not, you can hit us on the website that Mr. 1% has put up, EST1982podcast.com. The Facebook group, again, is also very Instagram. Hit us up there too, man. Hit us up with pictures of your PlayStation if you have it. I want to see how many of our fans and viewers and listeners have broken through and have managed to secure the bag. So let us know, man. Until then, man, keep playing your video games, reading your comic books, watching your TV and your movies, and we'll holler at you.